Mike, I gotta do this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea.
Nah, I don't think they want to see him fight Canelo. You think so? You think they want to see him fight Canelo?
Yeah, for sure.
So is that where we're at right now with Canelo?
No. Crawford needs the money.
Crawford needs the money?
Yeah, he needs the money.
Mike Tyson breaks down the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, calling it a risky move for Crawford. He says, "I don't think it's a good idea." Highlighting Canelo's strength head movement and relentless pressure, Tyson believes Canelo's size and aggressive style could overwhelm Crawford, making the matchup dangerous. While he respects Crawford's skills, Tyson insists the risk far outweighs their word. If you like this, please subscribe Punch Vista and click the bell icon for more latest and interesting videos.
Mike, I gotta do this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It just say he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
Doubting it's a smart decision for Crawford, Mike Tyson has always appreciated fighters with solid fundamentals and raw power, and in the case of Canelo Alvarez, he holds similar admiration. Tyson highlighted Canelo's slick head movement and strategic skill, noting that the Mexican star doesn't just rely on brute strength, but combines it with impressive technique. He sees Canelo as a fighter who can control a match with both finesse and pressure, making him a dangerous opponent for anyone stepping into the ring.
I think Canelo should beat him, overpower him, but Canelo's not moving his head no more. The other guy was hitting him, and that's what gives the other guy confidence. He believes he can hit.
Tyson is firmly against the idea of Terence Crawford moving up to face Canelo. His primary concern revolves around the natural size advantage Canelo holds. Not only is Alvarez a naturally bigger athlete, but Tyson also stresses that jumping up multiple weight classes poses a serious risk for Crawford. The added weight can affect speed, stamina, and punching power, elements that are essential level matchup. Tyson believes these disadvantages could neutralize Crawford's usual strengths.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky. Yeah.
Despite his reservations about the fight, Tyson doesn't question Crawford's skill. In fact, he goes as far as to say that Crawford is capable of competing with anyone, referencing his impressive performance against Israel Madrimov. However, Tyson simply feels that this particular move, facing a much larger Canelo, isn't wise. He suggests that while Crawford is chasing history, the matchup doesn't align with what fans really want. It's not a question of ability, but of risk versus reward. When asked for his prediction, Tyson avoided calling the fight a 50-50 matchup.
I think he wants to.
He admitted that Crawford has the ability to stop anyone in the ring, but made it clear that he doesn't see that happening against Canelo. This hesitation shows that while Tyson acknowledges Crawford's capabilities, he doesn't believe they're enough to overcome the physical and tactical obstacles Canelo presents to Tyson. The fight looks more one-sided than balanced.
Great fight, right?
50-50.
I want to say Crawford. Why everybody say it's 50-50?
You don't think it's 50-50?
60-40, but you gonna tell him which one?
You think Crawford can stop him?
Crawford can stop anybody. I'm not saying he can't, he's going to, but he can't.
Gervonta Davis added another layer to the discussion by suggesting that Crawford's motivation might be rooted in financial opportunity. He claimed that this fight would likely be the biggest payday of Crawford's career Davis also referenced past moments where Crawford was hurt by smaller opponents like Yurkus Gamboa, implying that stepping up to face Canelo could be even more dangerous. According to Davis,
So is that where we're at right now with Canelo? Crawford?
No. Crawford needs the money.
Crawford needs the money?
Yeah, he needs the money.
You think he had a chance to win? But what makes you say that? You know, I mean,
He needs the money. I'm telling you, fam.
does he have a chance to win though?
Tyron ain't playing like that, and they ain't playing like that.
So you don't
see? They ain't playing like that.
He's going up three or four weight classes. You think the chances of him?
That's why he say why he don't like me. That's the real shit.
Going up those weight classes to face him, you know, how could you convince fans that he can beat Canelo? If you,
I ain't trying to convince y'all that he can beat Canelo. I didn't. He's a good fighter.
But you don't see it.
But, bro, I would say smaller fighters are always better than the bigger fighters because they, like, you know, they're smaller. They know how to move and things like that. But this guy is great at what he do. He got, and another thing, bro. I don't be wanting to how these guys is. Then he get hurt against
Madrimov.
Who?
There you talk about Crawford got touched by Madrimov. Is that what you
No,
said?
he got clipped by Gamboa, right?
Yeah,
Right? What the fuck
Or
is
Kavalasky?
he's looking this strong over the past year. I mean, these years. He ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now, that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm always.
No, do tell. Open
I'm
up.
telling you.
Yeah, it's the snack.
And that guy that a part of it, he been caught. Before. He went to jail for it. He went to jail, right? Yeah.
money could be the driving force behind what might otherwise seem like a questionable career move. Crawford, however, sees this matchup as a defining moment in boxing history. He doesn't shy away from the idea that he's taking a big risk instead. He embraces it for Crawford. This is a chance to elevate his name and career to unprecedented levels. When asked about the weight concerns, he dismissed them by pointing out that people are often just echoing the opinions of others. Rather than forming their own, Crawford remains firm in his belief that this fight is worth pursuing former champion Amir Khan.
I think me and Canelo will make for a great fight. It's the best fight in boxing right now. And you got two first ballot Hall of Famers going head to head with each other. And everybody want to see how Terence going to do going up 2 more weight classes.
A lot of people making a big deal about the weight. You just walked in here. You don't look like a 54 right now.
I just think a lot of people is adopting other people's thoughts.
I've seen Canelo in person. Yeah. Even for him, 168 is a big weight class.
Facts. And he's always the smallest person in his division. When you got Usyk fighting Tyson Fury, you know, Tyson Fury was the massive fighter over Usyk.
I'm not even so sure Canelo will be the bigger guy.
He'd probably be thicker, but I'm taller. Yeah. You know, he have his strong points in the fight. I have mine. So.
Who has experience against both men weighed in by discussing the importance of ring. IQ Khan emphasized that while Canelo might hold the edge in power, Crawford's intelligence, movement, and speed could be decisive in Khan's eyes. A fighter doesn't need to be the strongest if they're the smartest, and Crawford's mental game could be the key to toppling a more physically imposing opponent for Crawford.
But it's made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford. But from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tighter and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ, the right box IQ, you know what I mean? You need to be smart. And someone like Canelo fighting against Crawford, you need more than power, you need more than speed, you need ring IQ, you need literally everything, because this is the 2 best pound for pound fighters who are going to be fighting each other, even though Crawford is going to be giving away a lot of weight. But I feel that it could go either way.
This fight represents more than just a big payday. It's a legacy, defining opportunity, he openly acknowledges Canelo as one of the biggest names in the sport and views the fight as his chance to prove he belongs at the top of boxing's elite. This is not just about testing his skills, but about putting himself on the biggest stage and showing the world that he can hang with and possibly defeat one of the most accomplished fighters of the modern era. Mexican fighter Juan Manuel Marquez has voiced serious concerns about the matchup.
Canelo the beast, man. Canelo the beast. And you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But,
beautiful.
Yeah, I was boxing well, but you know one thing, size, now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, shall I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight,
So you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this and another. But no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says Dolphins levels above Adam. What do you think?
I think today, Adam proved he is probably on the same level, but in my opinion, both guys want to fight each other just here.
He argues that weight divisions exist for a reason to keep competition fair and balanced. Marquez fears that Crawford could be pushing too far by stepping into a weight class where he doesn't naturally belong. He warns that even the most talented fighters can suffer when they abandon the physical advantages they once held at lower weights after moving up to 154 lbs.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power. And 3 more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches. But I think the weight class is no good for him.
Crawford captured the WBO interim super welterweight title, while some analysts pointed out a slight dip in knockout power compared to his performances. At 147, his overall game remained sharp. His technical skills, patience, and ability to adapt in real time helped him remain dominant, though. The added weight may have affected his power slightly. Crawford's boxing brain and strategic thinking still made him a major threat. There have been murmurs about a possible decline in Canelo's form, particularly after his fight with William Skull.
This for all the nut huggers, the bud nut huggers, the bud butt buddies. You see that? You see that? We see that. You understand me? You see what that say? Jamel Charlo what is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess? Jamel Charlo is the WBC junior middleweight champion in recess. Nah, man. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC intern junior middleweight champion. Nah, man. So make it make sense. People got to make it make sense. Charlo's still a big dog there. Yeah, that's my camera behind me. Charlo's still a big dog there. So a lot of people need to get their facts straight. Understand? Opinions don't matter. It's all facts. No opinions. Sport podcast. And I'm always going to bring you the real, never the fake. And I'm never late on the news. You hear me? Get at me, man. Dollar.
Observers noted that he didn't look as dominant or agile as he once did while still a force in therring. This has led to questions about whether Canelo might be slowing down just enough to give someone like Crawford a fighting chance. Though Canelo won that bout. The performance sparked more concern than celebration. William Skull, Canelo's recent opponent, didn't break down the fight in detail, but acknowledged the hype surrounding the possible Alvarez versus Crawford clash Skull understands. The gravity of such a matchup and the excitement it's generating among fans and fighters alike, even without deep analysis, his comments highlight the fact that this bout has captured attention across the boxing world. Another name that's thrown. Support behind Crawford is super middleweight contender David Benavidez. He emphasized Crawford's commitment to his craft and his work ethic, noting that those traits often translate into surprising victories. Benavidez believes that if anyone can defy the odds and beat Canelo, it's someone like Crawford, who brings skill, grit, and strategic mastery into therring. Andre Ward champion, known for his own hiring IQ, believes that Crawford's mental resilience could bridge the gap between him and Canelo. Ward thinks Crawford's intellect, focus, and adaptability might be enough to overcome the physical disadvantage. For Ward, the fight isn't just about size or power. It's about who can adjust better, remain composed, and execute under pressure. Veteran boxer Nonito Donaire added his perspective by highlighting Crawford's excellent footwork and mobility. Donaire argued that if Crawford can stay on the move and avoid getting trapped, he could frustrate Canelo and take control of the fight. Footwork might not be as flashy as power punches, but in this high-stakes battle, it could be the very thing that tips the balance in Crawford's favor. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.